recording. Hi, this is Dorothy Smith, and I am going to put together a 2-page layout. This is the sketch that I used on my Facebook scrapbooking group, .scrapbooking, and I haven't gotten a whole lot of responses, so I thought, well, let me just go ahead and put one out myself. And it's pretty simple, actually. So I took some of my new papers from Blue Skies. It's a special going on this month with Close to My Heart. Papers are glorious, front and back. And I'm going to use that little title up there. And what I will do, I don't do it initially, but I will do is flip the paper over so that I don't have two pages that have that title on it. So it uses a 4x6, three 3x4 pictures, and I made the cutting pieces real simple. So this is 3 inches and 4 inches by 11 inches. So this is one of the coordinating cardstocks with Blue Skies, and it's got they call it a UV coating to make it shiny. I don't know why it's called that, but that's okay. And that flower paper is just absolutely beautiful. I really like it. So I am going to give about a 1/2 inch on either side of the paper with about 3/4 of an inch down below. So that's the flip side of the paper, which if you quilt, this paper can work with you. It's great. So I am going to put that's a strip that I put on there. I cut it just 1/2 inch by 12 inches. It goes all the way across. And then I'm also going to use, now I've got a long tail on my shimmer tape, but the reason is because it's so hard to get that clear part removed from the adhesive part. So if you keep a tail on there, then you don't even have to worry about it. So I'm going to, that's the flip side. It's the slightly lighter version of the green apple, but I want to show that beautiful shiny stripe on top. And I used the green apple because of the title on there, the Dreams Live Here background. So, and those little strips up there, you can date those or put the names of the people involved or whatever you want. So I'm going to put another strip going along the top. And, you know, I don't really like the way the green looks too bold up there. I don't really like the way the white shimmer looks. But I am going to put the 4x6 there. And so I cut this 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And on this Blue Skies stamp set, which is super cute and has a really nice rainbow, there's this nice little dotted pattern that I've got to run and get my longer block. And I'm going to run it around. Some of the girls will put dashed lines going around the edges of their photo mount papers. And it just adds a little bit of a frame. You know, nothing hard to do, but when I saw those little dots, I thought, oh, I could use that and make a little dotted frame in green apple. And so I have this, this is one of the zip strips from the paper. And I'm going to make it, I don't know, I'm taking a little bit off. Maybe, I can't even guess, 1/8 of an inch off or thereabouts. Anyway, I'm just taking one of the stripes off in the white area on either side. And that is what's going to go up at the top. So it's a mixture of the green and white and doesn't stand out so boldly like the green apple and doesn't just kind of look boring like the white. I didn't know I could say that white shimmer tape is boring, but I just like the little bit of a stripe accent with a little bit of the green up there. It just kind of shows off more without being so bold. And then I kind of work with the yellow. I'm not sure whether I like the yellow or not. Actually, it doesn't look too bad, but I end up taking it off. You know, I have it in my head, and then I kind of decide that it's, no, maybe not exactly what I wanted. I don't like the UV side, but I like the lighter color, which of course I started putting some adhesive on it. So I've got to remove the adhesive. Yeah, I definitely like the lighter better. So here we go, trying to remove the adhesive. You can do it with your finger, or you can pull out our handy dandy little rubber eraser that's in our tool section, and it'll pull the adhesive off. So you just have to work at it and pull the little glue blobs off of your eraser as you go along. So anyway, I do like the lighter amount of green, the lighter strip of green going over there. I did like the yellow, though, in retrospect. Okay, so there's my green apple, and I'm going to make sure and use my little sponge background and do just little bitty dots around the frame, so around the mat. So this will make a very small frame going around the picture that shows up as a little detail but doesn't overwhelm anything. And what I kind of decide later is if you, well, you'll see. If you move it to the top, you can see better. You can better see what you're doing. I couldn't really see too well of what I was doing. So there we go. Not perfect, but that's okay. That would be me, not perfect. Okay, so that's going to be my little 4x6 picture going up there, and I'm going to show a little bit of green over to the side. I'm getting messy. This is how I work. I start off neat and just go to chaos real quickly. So that's what I'm going to use for the title. Towards the bottom there it's part of the design. It has a title going there, and so dreams live here, and we are living it up. So I thought that went great with the dreams live here. So I'm going to make a little strip, and this I am going to make out of the white shimmer tape, which I have massive amounts of shimmer tape because I absolutely love it, because it's super easy to embellish your work with it. It's already got stickum on the back. It's glitzy. It's great fun. So I love it, and I have it in all colors that we've ever made. So there's my first page. And see, I forget to flip this around, and I start sticking things down. So I am going to turn that over at some point, but only after I already stick stuff down. So I'm so concentrated on getting things even. See, it doesn't make any sense to have two titles that say the same thing. But you could have this paper and have two individual pages with the dreams live here, and that would be perfect for you, because I really do like that little title. I just wish I would think ahead of time. Keep my brains about me, but I guess that's not going to happen. If it hasn't happened yet, it probably won't happen. Oh, I do like that flowered paper. Isn't that just so cute and festive and just real fun? Just perfect for right now, which is, we had lots of showers in April in Texas. Holy moly. We had a lot of rain. And, I've got a backyard full of flowers right now, which I love. So that's my perennial garden. Okay, so I finally figured out that needs to get flipped around. And it's pulling a little bit of the paper off, but that's all going to get covered up, so it's not a big deal. So I'm just getting my 3/4 of an inch down at the bottom there, and the 1/2 inch on either side. So there we go. Little bit of a tail is showing, but that's okay. Don't have a problem with that. Get my 2 strips in place, a 1/2 inch strip, and the shimmer tape I think is like 3/8 of an inch. So it's just a tad less wide than the zip strips that are 1/2 an inch wide. And then I've got so this is going to be essentially a mirror image layout, except for the size of the pictures. So it makes the layout very simple to do. You know, once again, I made everything as simple as possible for myself. So 4 inches by 11 inches and 3 inches by 11 inches on the flower paper and the striped UV paper. And so I am going to cut the little excess off of my strip because I don't want it to be a 1/2 inch wide. And only because it's a little close up there to the little leaves and stuff, so I didn't want to cover those up. So what I hope is that everyone gets a little inspired to make their own layouts and show us what you come up with. And you can use any papers that you want, just whatever you have on hand, or whatever goes with some pictures. And I truly am going to probably put some flower pictures from my backyard here, just because right now the flowers are doing really beautifully, and it's not hot as blazes yet in Texas, although I think we are going to get to 100 today, and it's only June 4th. That's a scary thought, but not here, just a little bit west of here in Abilene. I'm glad I'm not in Abilene for that purpose. It's a nice little town. So what I decide to do here is to flip. So I'm just going to cover it up so I don't put ink on my thing. So if you put your block to the top, then you can see better that you're getting in line with the edge of the paper. And so I'm just moving it around. And I did a much better job on this one than I did on the 4x6. So if I didn't stick it down, I could have redone that 4x6 on the other side. So this is a much better way to get an even small border going around. Is don't have the whole block in the way, just you can see the edge with the paper. So just a little trick that I just happened to learn by making a not too neat border around my picture frame here. So finishing up my 3x4s and get all my sticky stuff out of the way. I don't know whether, do you all get all those little pads in the mail from donating money to various causes, and even if you don't donate, they still send them to you? That and address labels. Good grief. I am totally inundated with these little pads, but they work out perfectly for scrap paper. So you see me all the time using these pads for scrap paper. So I'm just going to go down like an inch from the bottom of the zip strip so that I have some of my cardstock, and I'm putting that smack in the middle of the paper. So there's that ruler happens to be a centering ruler. So in the very center is a 0, and then it counts out 1 through 6, well, more than that, but I only use 1 through 6 on the 12x12 paper, from the center out. So you know that you're getting in the center of the paper and that you're equidistant from the right and left edges. So that's ruler I've had for a very, very, very long time. Went through all of work with me and everything else. So here's my my layout. And I did use yellow here. So see, the yellow would have been fine where I put the light green. But it sticks out too much. And then I think, well, maybe I should use that gorgeous Lagoon ultraviolet. And then I think, well, maybe I should have a design note. So I just don't like all of the yellow showing. So what I decide to do is to cut it down my little yellow mat, because I do like it matching the little yellow flowers, but I'm going to, well, I decided to make another frame around my journaling card, and I didn't put any lines on this. You know, I normally draw some lines on my journaling card, and I just didn't get to it. But that will be my journaling card. And what I do on that yellow frame, I think it's lemonade is the color, is I cut it off by like about a half an inch on either side. So it's just a tad of yellow showing. So I need something more than just the white. And so I'm just going to clean off my stamp with the micro cloth from Close to My Heart. And it maintains, I put it in my little craft box, and it maintains dampness for a long period of time. So you don't need, you know, soaking wet. It just a little bit of dampness. Now put my stamp away. I'll have to use that for another layout because it's really cute. So, hey, you know, I think my layout is coming out okay, but I still can't. Actually, the turquoise, the lagoon would have been okay with it. So many pretty colors to choose from with that yellow, with the flowered paper. So maybe I'd cut 1/4 of an inch off. I don't know what I'd do. Let's see. So this is 2 by 4 is the journaling. So I'm cutting off like 1/4 of an inch. Let's see what it does. That would have been fine, but I think I went wild and cut another little bit off. I'm cutting off another 1/8 of an inch. Sometimes I get a little crazy. I can't see that while I'm doing it, but when I start editing and I'm narrating this, I can really see that I'm a little crazy sometimes. Things I think, oh, that's just not right. And then I think in retrospect, that would have been just fine. Help me. Anyway, so I want to use some little things from the little sticker sheet. So I like that little yellow shiny flower. Look how shiny it is. And yeah, there's some other cute, there's little stars and hearts and other little flowers. There's a cute little white one that doesn't really do much there or there. Well, it would be fine there. Or there. So I have one there, and then I start thinking, well, then I need to have something at the corner of each of the pictures. So I have a little heart, and these are all about the same, you know, similar size. So they kind of actually, they look kind of cute up there. There we go. Still getting the glue off. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel and also subscribe to my Dot Scrapbooking Facebook group. And please feel free to put your own layout out there. and let's let everybody see it and rave about it. So there's mine, and thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Take care now. Bye.